Why Media Group? The fastest growing media group in North America.
The system hasn't collapsed. The hierarchy still is there. The succession plan, right or wrong, whatever Iran has created, it's still at least functioning for now. Iran is not a small country that you could take over like that. Iran is still a massive country, and Iran is, despite suffering huge losses, there are no two views. Iran has suffered huge losses. I'm not talking about the civilian casualties. Of course, it's very horrific to see there is a massive humanitarian crisis here. Hundreds and thousands of people, they are being displaced. Then the strike on the school, which has left many dead, including the school children. The blame is being put on US forces. I'm sure that will be very hard to defend for US. Although their official verdict is not out, but there is American media which is saying that yes, this could be a mistake done by our own forces. But then US hasn't officially made a statement. Iran has got support from China. China is not only offering condolences for everything else, but those deaths as well. But China is also offering financial support in that regard. Of course, covertly, Russian intelligence would be helping Iran right now. That's why they are striking at certain targets quite precisely. China could be supplying military intelligence plus the military hardware. Now they've recently announced the military support as well. India is not in a very bad place, but I'm sure India would also want this war to end as soon as possible. As much as Iran's ambassador has announced that India is our friend and we would have no issues in letting go whatever energy supplies are heading towards India, and Iran's ambassador has also mentioned that yes, India and Iran have common interest as well. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke with the Iranian president, and there's also I would assume there has been lots of discussions. The official statements from Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Iranian president, they came out. I would assume this wasn't mentioned in the statement. There were other things, they want to evacuate Indians and make sure the supplies come to India safely. We discussed that, regional issues. But I think there are few who are pinning their hopes on India as well. Could India be the guarantor, or they're trying to de-escalate the situation as well. But I would say, and I've made a clear headline, that this war has entered a very, very dangerous stage. Why? And I'm very responsibly using the word dangerous stage. Of course, any war right at the start would enter a dangerous state, but now it has entered a really at a stage where things could go horribly wrong. Massive regional instability. I'll always talk about the humanitarian crisis first, which is the biggest casualty in any war. Then the economic challenges. Now the strikes on each other's economic targets, whether they're the banks or investments in artificial intelligence, whether IT positions. So I think there's a lot of economic challenges as well, both for Iran, for UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. Even Oman has been targeted. At one time, Oman was trying to mediate between US, Israel and Iran. So now the Oman has also been not left alone. Iraq has also been targeted by Iran. Iran is basically targeting everyone. And the way Iran is squeezing the Strait of Hormuz, from where major energy is flowing. So I think Iran is really attacking at the choke points. I doubt either America, this was their blind spot. They didn't really calculate. Both actually, US and Israel, was this a blind spot, or they knew it, they ignored it, or they didn't really look at that this could be a major issue. But anyways, here we are. Iran is hitting at all these choke points, and then Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, UAE, if they retaliate back, then things could go horribly wrong. So they don't want to escalate it further as much as they're just trying to defend. For Iran, if you are making a drone or a missile worth $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, and to defend that, the missile defense systems that Israel or US they're using. So for a 15,000, 20,000 or 30,000 drone or a missile, you're using something which is worth 50,000, 100,000, $500,000, or some of the major defense system even costs hundreds of millions of dollars. So obviously the cost is escalating with every single minute of this war. So the challenges are still there, and let's see who would blink first. Will Iran exhaust its missiles and drones, or the defense system that will be exhausted from Israel and from US? But I think very difficult choices for US to make. We will carry on with our foreign policy of this Middle East war right here on all platforms of Ymedia.
Ymedia Group, the fastest growing media group in North America.